Introducing
Charlotte,
Jenny,
and all that jazz.
Hello, you're listening to And All That Jazz.
Hello everyone.
We're back.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
Everybody. Thanks for both of you coming back.
Are you talking about me and you?
Yeah. It's a close shave some weeks, isn't it?
It was today. I feel like you got about half of me when I first turned up.
Oh, you need a little power nap. That's because you're a theatre kid and you're not used to getting up early. Like, you know, we get up.
I get up early every single day. No, I don't.
I'm definitely a night owl. I come alive about 2:00, sort of matinee time, and then
matinee time, darling. That's when I'm alive.
Into the night. Yeah.
I definitely am. I find myself. Do you ever get into the routine where you've been staying up until because a show will finish at 10, and you get into the routine of being awake until maybe 1, 2 because you're winding down after the show.
Yeah.
And then when you're kind of back into real life, I'm
real
putting
world.
in air quotes.
Yeah.
You then have to be up at 9 or 10, and I guess you would too with Austin.
Yeah.
You'd have to be up early anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I find myself, even when I know that I've got to be up at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm still then awake at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I'm counting down the minutes until I've got to be awake. Just go to sleep. But you've got 4 hours and 39 seconds.
Yeah, I hate that when you're clock watching. You're like, well, if I go to sleep now, I'll get 4 hours.
Oh, it's awful.
Okay, all right. If I go to sleep now, I'll get 3 hours.
And I'll be okay.
Okay, if I go to sleep now, I'll get 2.5 hours.
And it'll all be fine tomorrow because I don't really have to do a lot. I haven't got to lift any heavy machinery.
Yeah, you have to sort of calm yourself, don't you? You'll be all right, you'll be fine. Yeah, so.
That's a bit of a tangent.
So what's been centre stage with you this week?
So I performed at the Big Gay Poetry event.
Oh, well done.
I actually opened the event.
Oh, get you!
I know. Flicking my hair. So Bradley Taylor, who I talk about all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to think that I've got a mad obsession. I'm sorry, Bradley, if you ever listen to this. I
He's
don't
not,
have a mad obsession. I just stand outside your house once a week. So he basically approached me and at another poetry event, and he kind of was like, you were our winner from the last poetry event that you did.
That's right. So if you win, you get to open the next week, the next one, don't you?
Yeah. So what had happened was the people that were judging called out the wrong name. So I should have won, but they called someone else's name out. And he just...
It should have been me.
It should have been me. But yeah, he happened to just be at the same poetry event that I was at and then explained the situation to me and was like, if you're free, would you like to come and open our event?
That's fate.
Fate.
Not F8, like a church fate. I mean, that's fate as in it was meant to be.
Destiny. So I did. I had actually just...
Destiny, meant to be, poetry, big gay poetry. It's all falling into place.
I think that you should do some. That really tugged at my heartstrings.
Makes a change from me tugging at your patience, which is normally the case with my dad jokes.
No, we're never.
Crashing on!
So I've recently written a new poem that is all about jealousy, and I've been...
Jealousy! Poetry!
I apologise. And I was kind of exploring my feelings of, because obviously I'm a 34-year-old that's on the dating scene, even though I'm not dating anyone.
Loser!
I'm joking. I'm okay, everybody.
Woman.
Yeah, so I've been recently toying with this idea of what it is to be in a relationship, because for me, I've never actually been in one where I felt 100% safe. So this poem was just exploring those feelings and where it comes from, and like why I feel jealous when I'm in a relationship, or why, like where it all stems from, basically. So that's what I explored in this poem. And I was in and ahhing whether to do it or not, because it's quite personal. Because when you say that you're a jealous person, it's like red flag, red flag.
Yeah.
But what I was discovering is that I'm not a jealous person in terms of like anything in my life ever. Like, I'm not jealous of other people, or oh my god, they're doing this and I should be doing this, but they're doing it. Like, I'm not like that at all. I love people succeeding. I'm all for that. It's just as soon as I'm in a relationship, it's just like something is inside of my brain that's going, no.
Oh.
So that's what I was exploring. So I just did it, and it was really well received. And considering it was like the opening poem, I obviously was also nervous because of that.
Yeah, because the room isn't sort of warmed up to it, and yeah, that's a tough opener.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
well done. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
It's hard. That's a really hard thing to do, to open up and put yourself in that vulnerable position.
Yeah, and it's something that I struggled to do anyway. But yeah, so I did it, and it was great, and I had a great time. And the whole night was Queen themed, and you know, people were dressed up, and all of the poets that performed had written poems specifically linked to a Queen song.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so then they performed it. Then as an audience, we had to guess what poem the song was about, and then they put the song on, and then we all had a dance to the song. And it was great.
Brilliant.
It was lovely. So yeah, I just had a really fun time.
Oh, well done.
Basically.
Good.
What about
good.
you? What's been centre stage for you?
I took my toddler to the theatre again this week. Yeah,
I want him well educated, isn't he?
Well, obviously, like, he spent quite
Cultured.
a lot of time. He'll be very cultured, darling. He'll be well cultivated. He spent a lot of time backstage.
Yeah.
And seeing me at work, but then I want him to obviously see and experience as much theatre and live entertainment as possible.
Yeah.
So we went to see Justin live at Birmingham Town Hall.
Justin,
It's Justin Fletcher, who is better known as Mr Tumble.
Mr Tumble!
Yeah. You're a shining star. Justin Fletcher is just one of the most talented entertainers out there.
Really?
He's proper old school sort of variety type entertainers. Okay. He's an all-rounder.
Yeah.
He can sing, dance. He writes all these shows. He's been on CBeebies. He's been on the BBC for years. I think he said 24 years.
Yeah.
Or 26 years. A long time. And he's had lots of different programmes, you know, as Mr Tumble and as himself.
Yeah.
He specifically does a programme for special needs children called Something Special. That's been on a long time. He's just brilliant. And my personal favourite programme is called Giggle Biz, and it's like a sort of children's sketch show. It's very panto, which obviously is my background, so I love it. He's on my list of people that I'd love to work with. Yeah, there's Justin Fletcher and Frank Skinner. They're my top two at the moment that I'd love to work with. Yeah, so
interesting.
Yeah, strange little combo there. Well, actually, there's Justin Fletcher, Frank Skinner, and Sooty.
I have had my hand up the bum of a Sooty puppet.
What, a genuine one?
An actual one. So, crazy story.
I'm actually talking about being jealous. I'm actually jealous now.
Crazy story. So I worked on The Empress down at the Lyric Theatre in London, which is an RSC production. And one of the guys that works on the props and stuff there, called Craig Ormond, I believe his name is, got chatting to him, you know, we became like really good friends. And then he invited me to come and see The Empress when it moved back to the RSC.
Right.
So I went down to watch it. He gave me a tour of the whole thing. I stayed at his house. And when I went to his house, he was telling me about his like career and his past and stuff. And he was saying that he was a puppeteer of Sooty.
Oh, wow.
He was saying that he was a puppet, and he's got one of the actual puppets at home. Like
That's
an actual
amazing.
Sooty puppet.
That's a real collector's item, that is. Because Sooty's he's a national institution, really, because he's been around for so long.
Yeah.
He was originally brought about by a guy called Harry Corbett.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was passed down to his son, Matthew Corbett,
Yeah.
who he's the one that I remember as, you know, Sooty and Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Matthew, I believe that he had to sort of give it up because he had circulation trouble with his hands because of holding the puppets up in that position for so long, over so many years. You know, he actually struggled with circulation in his arms and hands. So I've heard, yeah. So then he passed the Sooty franchise on to a guy called Richard Cadell, who you would see now. He does the Sooty show and pantos with Sooty and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think he runs the company with his brother David.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of history to Sooty and Sweep and Sue. Yeah. But
Sooty and Sweep and Sue. I love that you've got a children's entertainer, Frank Skinner, and a puppet on your list of people that you want to work with.
I did have the Chuckle Brothers on in there as well, but you know, not so much now for obvious reasons. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. Yeah, so the Justin Live concert was brilliant. Again, as we were saying last week, actually, it was Justin and 4 dancers, performers. And they're just working their socks off the whole time, you know. And they're so talented. They can sing and dance and do it all, you know. Yeah. Really good show.
Where was it on?
At the Birmingham Town Hall.
Oh, the Town Hall.
Yeah, which is a beautiful venue. Yeah, you should check it out. It's a lovely venue. I've seen some music acts there. I saw The Searchers, which were one of my favourite bands. They don't tour anymore because they all got on a bit. But I've seen them there. And a musician called Ralph McTell, who you wouldn't remember, but
I don't know.
No, he's a guitarist. He sang Streets of London, which was his biggest hit. I've seen him there. The acoustics in there are really good. So
I always forget that it's a venue that you can go and watch stuff at.
Yeah.
Like my mum and my aunties have been there a couple of times.
Yeah.
To go and like watch some Motown or
exactly.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that.
It's definitely worth keeping an eye on what's on. Yeah. So what about you? What else has been centre stage for you?
So I have just done an acting workshop.
Oh yes.
With Daniel Bailey.
Good.
Who I knew 13 years ago when I first worked at the Rep in events. And he was at the Rep doing various things. He became the artistic director of the Bush Theatre in London.
Yes, yeah. But I did a show at the Bush once, I think. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
And he's now gone freelance as like a director / probably he's one of those people that could do like everything. He's fantastic. And I went to this workshop not really knowing what to expect. I knew that it was kind of a develop your acting skills kind of workshop. But I went down to London. It's like 3 hours. It was just so good. Like he's just such a... You know when you work with a director that just instantly makes everybody feel like they're connected and they're all working towards the same thing?
Yeah.
That's what he is like.
That's a really special skill to have, isn't it?
Yeah. And he got that within the first like 15, 20 minutes of the workshop. Like everybody was just there with him.
How did he do that?
I think it started because so obviously he went around the circle and asked everybody their names.
I hate that bit.
But he also asked, so you did names, pronouns, and a thing that you failed at.
Oh.
Yeah, which I've never had that question before, because usually you get something like, what are you good at, or tell us one thing about yourself, or like generic things. But he asked, tell us something that you failed at. So obviously that instantly opens you up because, you know, that's
puts you all on an even playing field.
Yeah. So everybody went around and did that. You know, everyone's things were so varied. There were people talking about, you know, failing at sports and failing at dyeing their hair, you know, like, like random stuff like that. Mine was failing at self-love. That's what I said.
Oh, very deep.
I did go quite deep. And then no one else did, and I was like, oh. Oh, whoopsie.
Should have just said my spelling test in year 8.
And then we did an exercise which was the tightrope exercise. So basically you have to walk along a tightrope and you do it, he calls up people and you do it like one at a time, and then you give feedback on that person walking on the tightrope.
An actual tightrope?
No, a pretend one.
Oh.
But you have to, obviously acting, you have to make everybody believe that there is actually a tightrope there.
Okay, yeah.
And he gets you to do that, and then he gets someone to stand at either end and you walk along it. Not everybody does it, but he encourages everybody to then give feedback.
Yeah.
And he stops people and he gives them feedback, and like it just, I don't know what it was. He just made it so like fun and inclusive, and even when he was giving you feedback, or you know, everybody else in the room was giving you feedback or criticism, constructive criticism, it was welcomed, and it was welcomed by everybody. And I feel like that's really hard to achieve in a room full of egotistical actors. Because sometimes you can get notes and some actors don't take them very well.
Egotistical yet fragile.
Yeah, and they just don't take them very well. And he created this environment where everybody just felt like it was okay to, number one, give that feedback, because it's really hard also to give feedback.
Yeah, if you don't know someone, yeah.
And two, to kind of just take it on. He was just saying, you know, like, keep it simple. He's like, just keep it simple. And talking about kind of having to fail to then move on and progress and get the next bit. He was saying, like, the first couple of people that go up are the guinea pigs, because none of you have ever done this before. So obviously when you've seen them do it, you can then listen to the feedback that they get and build on what they've done.
Yeah, so you're learning from other people's mistakes, as opposed to your own.
Yeah.
Or as well as your own. Yeah.
Honestly, I've never been to, and it was 3 hours, like that, which is so short, but I've never been to a workshop before where I felt that comfortable and that like willingness. There's like he also creates like a hunger in you to want to learn.
Oh, brilliant.
Which is great. I don't know what it is.
Really good.
Don't know what it is about him, but
it's amazing.
Yeah. What about you? What else have you not talked about? Rambling about a workshop.
I had an interesting little thing happen a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was at home during the day, doorbell rings, and it's a chap, and of course I roll my eyes thinking, oh, here we go, salesman, you know.
Oh, now, I thought you was going to say stripper.
If only. Chance would be a fun thing.
Here we go. Come on, get in.
Not another one. So, yeah, I think, you know, salesman. But he was from Rajar, Rajar, which is a sort of a research group who were gathering data on people's listening habits, like with the radio.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, I don't suppose you'd be interested in filling out this research questionnaire. And I was like, yeah, I'm really interested in that, because obviously we've just started this podcast, so I am really interested in radio and podcasts and people's listening habits, you know.
Yeah, it's like extra research for you as well.
Exactly, yeah. So, and it, you know, draws your attention to certain aspects, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So his little face lit up, because I think he'd had so many doors slammed in his face, bless him. So
maybe if he became a stripper, he would have less doors slammed in his face.
The housewife's favourite. Listen to this. Anyway, so yeah, he gave me this little booklet and a free pen, which I got to keep. And through the week, I had to fill in a diary quite accurately.
Yeah.
As to my listening habits, so whether it's in the car, at home, what devices I'm listening to, specific times, like down to the 15-minute slots, you know.
Really?
Yeah. Obviously which radio stations or podcasts or whatever, what I'm actually listening to. Yeah, really detailed stuff. And I did fill it in, and he came back the week later to collect it. So off he went. Didn't really think too much about it, but it was interesting. Anyway, I've had an email from them now with another similar survey to do. This one's online.
Yeah.
And I have to go on every day and, log my listening habits, basically.
Yeah.
And I think I get like a £10 voucher.
I was going to say, are they paying you for this? Because it sounds like a lot of work.
It is, but it's interesting because it does, as I say, like we've started this podcast project and I am genuinely interested in it. It sort of opened my eyes a bit to the way that I take in TV and radio
Yeah.
and media, and how other people might do that differently as well. It's a whole new learning curve, really. So that's been quite interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. Can you ask him if we can have the data that they receive once they've done all the surveys so that we can have it?
Yeah, that would be really interesting, actually. These days, there are so many different ways of listening, aren't there?
There are, yeah.
Well, TV and radio, you know, you've got YouTube and...
Yeah, there's so many platforms now.
Yeah. So it is an interesting subject. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
We don't get that around by me. I don't think they really care about what anyone on Castle Vale is listening to.
Well, funnily enough, so I did that first survey with the booklet.
Yeah.
And then over December, as I said, I was working down in London for ITV, and I met another presenter called Chris, and he is a radio DJ up north, and randomly mentioned this survey to him, and he was like, oh my goodness, like, I can't believe you actually filled one in. It's really hard to get people to fill those in. So there aren't many, you know, they don't gather a lot of data from it, but the data they do gather, therefore, has quite a large impact on their results, you know, because if, you know, obviously, like, if you only get 4 people filling out a survey in one area, then your results, if you're one of those 4, your results equate to a quarter of the results for that area. So if you say you're listening to Backstage Radio, then their results say that a quarter of people in your area are listening to Backstage Radio, which isn't really representative.
No.
But that's statistically sort of correct, if you see what I mean.
If they're going to... So the survey has been filled out by 4 people.
Yeah.
And this is the data that we've collected.
Yeah.
But not if they're going... 25% of Redditch's listeners are listening to this, because that's false information.
Well, it is, but then this is statistics, isn't it? Because it's sort of accurate in a way.
Only if they're giving you all the information.
Yeah.
Only if they're saying, we've only got feedback from 4 people.
Yeah, but then that leads to their certain decision making in terms of content.
Wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So a very insightful experience there over the last few weeks. Well, that's all we've got time for this week. But before we go, what have we learnt?
Well, what I've learnt this week is that out of all of the co-hosts in all of the world, Jenny would rather have her hand up a puppet's bum than work with me.
Well, I'm not putting my hand up your bum, so... Join us next week for more on theatre, television, and all that jazz.